Hello, and you are listening to the Tech and Tonic podcast where we talk and discuss all things tech. We have a website at www.techent.tv. That is www.techent.tv. Wait, no, I'm supposed to spell it out. www.techent.tv. And we have the latest tech news and even the latest reviews on our website. So do visit our website. We are also on social media as techENT TV. That is TECHENT TV across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. So do check us out. Today you are joining me, Darwin, and Jeevan again for episode 14 of season 2. It's been not 14 weeks since the beginning of the year, but you know, we are back to lockdown again.
Yeah, we're stuck at home once again.
So
with
yes,
curfews.
Yes, we have been working from home for a while now. It's just that Malaysia, if you're not from Malaysia, okay, and you're listening to this, Malaysia has been in and out of lockdown for a while now, a few times already.
Running to 2 years already.
Yeah, and I think this is our third, MCO 3.0, right? So this is our third major lockdown, and they've just tightened the regulation again for some reason.
Yeah, I think we're basically back to what our first one was like, but at the same time, we are like, again.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but anyway, nothing much we can do about that. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about tech, and we will bring you the tech news from last week. So last week, while quite eventful, honestly, I don't know there's much to talk about or not lah. Okay, but anyway, we start the week last week with Samsung smart monitors. They are introducing not really new monitors, it's more like new sizes to the monitors that they had last year, right? So these are like your smart TV dialed down into a monitor size. That's it.
Pretty much, but it also makes sense like for us in our rooms and stuff like that, and you don't really want to jump for a smart TV. It makes sense to have the smart monitors, especially given the bigger size. What was it? 45 inches? 42 inches?
43 inches.
Yeah. So that makes so much sense for us.
Yeah. So
Like,
we can watch Netflix and Prime Video and use it to play music or whatnot lah. So if you don't have a TV at home and you're looking for something to replace it, these will be quite perfect. But they are not cheap. Okay. So just telling you, buying a TV could be cheaper than buying a smart monitor. Anyway,
Wait, no. Samsung smart monitors have been on the cheaper end of stuff.
Actually, it's the newer ones are quite expensive.
Oh, I haven't seen the local pricing yet.
Yeah, it might make a bit more sense for you to buy a cheaper smart TV, not the higher end ones, obviously, right? But a Sony smart TV or even a Xiaomi one that we saw last week or week before was about 2,500. You can get somewhere there, 2,000 ringgit.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, and the maximum that you can get from a Samsung smart TV is a 4K, and you have to go for the bigger sizes one. And those are already about 2,000 plus or so. And they're not even OLED panels, right? They are VA panels. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Unless you need to use it with your PC and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. Anyway, Honor is going to be launching their new products sometime soon, but they're confirmed to come with Google Play. So yay for them.
And a Snapdragon too.
Yes, a Snapdragon as well. And on that note, Xiaomi is, now cleared of that whole allegation in the US, and they are free to use Google Play as well. So no problem there. No harm, no foul. Everyone's happy. Yeah. And on the note of Qualcomm, Qualcomm launched their Snapdragon 7C platform. This is for their computing platform rather than their mobile phone. It's more to support Windows. And this is their second generation 7C platform, different from what we saw last year. So it's supposed to be more powerful, more optimized. But The
More
problem is,
optimized.
yes, the problem is we haven't seen any Snapdragon laptops just yet. So we can't really say much. To be fair, we don't know how the old one performed because the only one that we have experience with is a Joybook. It's a local manufacturer, yeah, and they are not even using a 7C platform. They were using the, what was it?
835, I think, or 865.
No, not 865. I think it was an 845. Was
It's
it
one of
one
the
of the
first
older ones?
generation compute platforms lah.
No. This was actually a mobile first SoC, if I remember correctly. And I actually asked them about it, and they're like, yeah, this is a mobile first SoC, but Qualcomm wasn't offering anything else other than that at the time, they say. Okay, and I asked them what about the 7C platform. They couldn't answer me. So we've never seen any of the 7C platforms until maybe later. Okay, so
Yeah, and it looks like Qualcomm is working with a lot of manufacturers this year too.
yeah, so hopefully we'll see something come out of that. We haven't, so we're just waiting. Apple also launched new updates for their smartphones, and they claim this one to be quite a big one as well. iOS, iPad, tvOS, Watch, and the Mac OS, they're all updated last week. So if you haven't updated your phone, I suggest you do, because it does add a lot of functionalities, and also there are security updates. So we always suggest that you update your phones to the latest OS or firmware that you can get from your manufacturer, especially if you're from Android. BlizzCon 2021 is not happening. Well, it is, but not physically anyway, so we're quite sad.
Yeah. No news on Diablo 4 until next year, by the looks of it.
Yeah, they might suddenly come out and say, oh, we are going to launch Diablo 4 in 2022. Wait for our announcement. Yay, but we don't know. We don't know until they have the BlizzCon online thing, because Blizzard has always been very secretive, so we don't know anything.
Yeah. And BlizzConline, as they were calling it this year, will happen, they say, early next year. So
so it's not even 2021.
it's not 2021. It's going to be like this year, probably in February as well.
Okay. The Asus Zenfone 8. This was released in Taiwan last month, I think, and it's now in Malaysia. It packs the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 platform. It's got a flippy camera, the Pro at least, right? It's got a flippy camera that flips from the back to the front. Oh, the Zenfone 8 Flip, right? So
Flip.
Yeah, we were seeing it last week at the demo, when they launched it, and they can do like a full panorama with that, which is quite cool, but I don't actually know when we will use it.
But at the same time, I think for Malaysia at least, it's the first Zenfone that we've seen since the Zenfone 5?
Oh,
4
wait,
or 5?
5, yes. 5,
Yeah.
5. Yeah, we've never seen 6 and 7 because for some reason Asus decided that they are not bringing them in. But to be fair, also, the Asus Zenfone was not exactly that popular in the first place in Malaysia. So we can understand why they didn't want to bring in the 6 and 7, but they decided to bring in the 8 this time. We're not sure why, but we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe because it's finally palmable. It's not like a humongous phone.
But
It's
still,
smaller.
but still, the Zenfone 5 was not that bad. The Zenfone 6, when we saw it, was not actually that bad too. When we saw the renders, at least. We didn't get to see the product live, but they weren't that bad.
I did in Computex.
Yeah, and they were not that bad, right? So,
Yeah.
Don't know. Anyway, E3 is going to happen next week. E3.
Yeah. Finally,
If you don't know what E3
news.
is, E3 is basically one of the world's largest gaming convention or exhibition that men has known for a while now. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen online. Again, there's no physical event for E3 as well. They've announced that also, I think, 2 months or 3 months ago, that they're committed to an fully online E3 event. And day by day, you're just looking at people pulling out from, being present at E3. But it is still happening. It's happening next week, and it's making a comeback after being cancelled also last year, due to the pandemic, right? So we're quite excited because they've actually shown us some not they per se, more like some people have shown us some trailers or some teasers of what you can expect from E3, and one of them is very exciting.
Oh, Sony.
Yeah, Sony and Guerrilla.
Horizon not Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West.
Exactly. And
it's one of the most beautiful games I've seen to date.
I think I've told a lot of people as well. A lot of my friends know this as well. Horizon Zero Dawn, the game that is a prequel to Forbidden West, is one of my favorite games that I have played on the PlayStation 4, and then I bought it for the PC as well. It's one of my favorite games because it looks so pretty. And the one that's coming out is going to be exclusive on the PlayStation 5, if I'm not wrong.
For now, exclusive to the PlayStation 5. We don't know anything on whether it will make it to PC, especially after what Microsoft did with Bethesda. I don't think that it will happen. For me personally, I don't think it will happen.
I do hope they do, though, as at least a follow-up, because Sony has been having a good track record on at least delivering on their promises, albeit a bit later sometimes. Sony titles have made it to PC. The Horizon Zero Dawn title made it to PC, like, I think a year or two after its release on PlayStation 4. Death Stranding as well has made it to the PC platform. Even Days Gone, that was exclusive on the PlayStation 4, is now on PC, right? So
I think the trend so far has been the minute they release their first DLC, they'll be on PC.
Yeah, hopefully. But Horizon Zero Dawn's DLC came, I think, 6 months after its release, and when it comes to the PC release, it's like 6 months after that anyway. So we're not sure. We really hope they do. We really hope Guerrilla would say, we're going to bring this to the PC platform. I really hope so.
Yeah.
Because I really suck playing Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation. I can't seem to finish the game.
I'm pretty much the opposite, though. I actually prefer the controls for Horizon on the PlayStation.
Yeah, but I think because I'm more used to the PC environment, and that's why controlling third person with controller is not really my thing. And aim assist is, to me, quite annoying. So I just can't get used to it. But I do enjoy the game a lot on PlayStation still, and when it was exclusive on PlayStation, I played it on PlayStation. When it's ported to PC, I got really excited and got the PC version after that. But anyway, that is E3. There is also another one that was announced, right? Dying Light 2?
Teased at least. So I think I'm excited for Dying Light 2 because we actually played Dying Light, and it was one of the more fun games that you can play with your friends online.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it's a lot more fun if you have friends to play it with. The game itself is also quite interesting because it combines kind of like parkour running with zombie apocalypse. So you're trying to avoid zombies. Or rather, if you play with your friends, you're just going to kill them,
It tends to scare you at night. Like, literally every time. The game goes through day and night cycle. So when you come to night, you will just, when we played it with our friends, it was basically free for all, everybody for themselves.
Yeah, because it's so frantic at night, right? But at the same time, I think that whole day and night mechanism is actually very, very interesting. Ah, talking about
Yep.
the day and night thing, what I'm very excited about is that Horizon Forbidden West, revisit that again, has what looks like a weather system, like a proper nice weather system that could affect your gameplay a little bit because it actually looks more practical and more real now, and is very dynamic.
Yeah.
So very, very excited. We're also very
But
excited about E3. So
yeah, and I think this year E3 they said that it's going to be a month of gaming. So the whole month of June is apparently not just E3 but a few other events taking place back to back.
yeah, and hopefully we get free games. Anyway, last week something very big happened as well. Okay, well, very big in the sense that one brand stood out beside a lot of other brands for last week because it's their biggest launch sort of the year. Acer Next Acer event happened last week, and they launched. Oh my god, a lot of products actually.
So many products.
I can't keep up. I lost count anyway. But they launched something that's actually very, very interesting and something that we've sort of seen people do, but not so. I don't want to say obnoxious, okay, but not sort of really in your face because they launched something called the Aspire Vero. Is that the name?
It's either Vero or Vero, but it's Vero.
Vero. Yeah, so I'm just gonna call it Vero. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. So it's, if I'm not wrong, it's a notebook that is fully built with recycled plastic from the sea.
So during the press conference, they said it's fully built with recycled plastics, or what they called PCR.
Yeah.
But when you look into the press release,
Mhm.
it says that it was 30% or 30% of the actual body being made of PCRs, and then 70% of the keyboard keycaps.
Right. Yeah. So when you say 30%, we can understand that because we understand that the recycled plastic tends to be mostly on the surfaces that you touch, basically the shell, the keyboard caps, and even the keyboard platform, right? That whole plate
Yep.
could be made out of that. But the internals, you still need magnesium or even like aluminum, to give it some integrity and also to give it some conductivity, I guess. And to
Yep.
carry heat better, obviously. So you can't make those materials, those components out of PCR. We kind of understand that, but this is not just something unique to Acer, right? Because Dell has also introduced, or at least last year committed to saying that, yeah, we're gonna produce our laptops with recycled materials or with more sustainable materials. But it's not
I
just
think
them that's doing this,
I think Dell has started since 2 years ago.
Mm,
So they have integrated like reclaimed plastics, but not only reclaim from the ocean. What they've done
yeah.
is, if you return your laptop to Dell, or if your business leases laptops from Dell and you return it to them, they will
Mm-hmm.
repurpose or reforge all those plastics and any recyclable material into their new laptops.
I don't think the word is reforge.
They actually reforge their chipsets. So all the internals as well, they've actually committed to reusing them.
Yeah, but I think for plastic, the word is not reforge because reforge requires you to beat on the thing. But yeah, so it's not just Dell and Acer has been doing this now, okay? Because this whole environmentally friendly trend, I think, started quite a while back, okay? And then it just blew up because of one manufacturer basically, to me lah, okay, basically coming out and say, oh, this is more environmentally friendly. Apple, actually said that, oh, yeah, we are going to not include chargers because it's more environmentally friendly. So what we're going to talk about is mostly what do you think the tech industry should do? Because to be fair, like tech wastage is a huge problem, right? Our phones is kind of like one of the biggest waste that we're gonna have. Like every 3 years, you're gonna change phone. Every 5 years or so, and some of us don't recycle phones. And when we trade in our phone, sometimes those phones cannot be used and they have to be thrown away, not even repurposed, right? So, what's the right way?
So for me, I think Acer did something a little bit more, like they took an extra step compared to the rest of the companies so far. So all the plastic that we usually have for like the adapter, the wires and stuff like that, they have
Mhm.
actually replaced that in the Vero with paper bags.
Right.
So when you buy a Vero,
Mm-hmm.
the packaging, everything is 100% recycled. So
Okay.
everything that they have, so your box, all the foam materials that is used to do your anti-shock and stuff like that, all that is recycled. And on top of that, you're used to getting plastic bags with wires and adapters in it. And what they have done is they've replaced it with paper packaging. So I think that makes more sense than saying, oh, we're not going to include this just because it's more environmentally friendly and still maintaining plastics in your packaging.
That is true. And I think one of the things that, a lot of manufacturers, or at least smartphone manufacturers, have done is to really cut down on their boxes, right? Their packaging. And
Yep.
this coming from us because we used to come from days where when we buy a smartphone, our box will look like, a whole hardcover encyclopedia, and the unboxing experience is really good, but your phone comes out like it's the size of what, your two fingers.
Your phone, yeah, it used to be like slightly bigger than your credit card.
Yeah. And your boxes are ridiculously huge at the time. And I think
your boxes will be the size of laptops. At
yeah,
times.
it could be, yes, at times. And but the unboxing experience for those is unmatched though. It's really nice. It's
Yeah.
premium, but it's really unnecessary, right? So I think on the packaging side, the mobile phone industry has gone the right way. I'm not sure why they haven't moved towards using more paper or recycled paper products, because they easily can, and they can still maintain that that rigidity. Like how I like how when Xiaomi launched, they had this whole recycled paper boxes, right? And they still maintain like the integrity even when you stand on them, because Xiaomi CEO actually did it himself. So
I
I
think
think
Samsung and Xiaomi still do the recycled boxes, like even for their premium boxes. It's made
yeah,
of recycled material.
yeah, but there's more plastic inside too now compared to before,
Yeah.
which is I think quite nonsense.
So that's one thing that I have a problem with tech companies.
Mm,
They say they're being ecologically aware, they're being ecologically responsible, but in the end they're still doing things halfway.
yeah. What I really like also is, when Google had their Google I/O, I think 2 weeks ago, they announced that, oh, we're trying to be carbon free now. By 2030, we want to be carbon free, and they're actually investing billions into trying to be carbon free, which is what I like to see from at least tech companies. But not every tech company has the same mindset or has the same ability to do that, right? But at the same time, like for us consumers, I think it really, really, really starts with the product itself. Like, I actually asked if Acer would actually continue to develop on this environmental friendly consciousness, kind of like Dell trying to integrate, recycled plastics into their actual products on how they produce these products and how these products will look in the future and things like that. And it's kind of like when I asked, I didn't really ask them lah, but when I saw Adidas, trying to sell shoes that are made out of recycled plastic, and I thought, why not, include this in every product moving forward, right? Because it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Especially on laptops, you do need a lot of plastics. You do need a lot of materials to make your laptops, your phones, and things like that. And these things can be recycled. Like plastics can be recycled from older products.
I think that's one thing that Dell has been doing pretty well. So they didn't just say that, oh, we're going to come up with a new line of products, which will help with being more environmentally conscious. Instead, they have silently been using a growing percentage of reclaimed plastics in their materials.
Yeah.
And this is also like their motherboard and stuff like that. They are actually using things, whatever they can reclaim, they have been reclaiming and slowly integrating better plastic qualities, better reclaimed materials into their products without sacrificing their quality.
And I think that's very, very important, right? At least because we also understand that, for you to be ecologically friendly or environmentally conscious and sustainable, it's not just from you. It actually goes all the way to your suppliers and your downlines, your logistical lines, right? And to do all that is not easy. It's really difficult to actually try to get everybody switching to it, and it's very costly. We do understand that. But I actually felt that the technology is there, it's available already. You just need to start tapping into it. And like what Dell does, that's to me quite amazing. But I also feel that every other manufacturer out there could also be doing the same thing and a bit more, to me.
Yeah, I think so too. Because to be very frank, we are already doing recycling. At least my family, we recycle every week. But the problem now is there's not much demand for those recycled materials.
Yeah.
And because these tech companies have the power to actually create these new products with these recycled materials, they are creating demand for something that is already there. And to be very frank, I think the more that they do it, the more people are going to recycle, and the more recycling becomes a viable thing to do.
Yeah. And we are going to end our session with that. Okay, so if anyone from the manufacturing side listens to this, I hope you really consider designing your product, with sustainable materials, or rather integrate your, the more sustainable ways of producing your product. Is that correct? Am I right?
Yep. Adopt more sustainable practices.
Yes, because we all can do our part. But that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us ramble about the environment. We're not tree huggers. I swear we are not tree huggers. but we do want to see more effort from the tech industry, because we love the tech industry. We love seeing all new products. We get excited every time. But if there's no sustainability, we're not gonna see any more of them. So obviously we're rooting for you guys. We're rooting for Google, especially because when they say that they're going carbon free, I'm like, yes, that's the way. This is the way to go environmentally friendly.
And the thing is, the tech industry, unfortunately, is one of the biggest contributors to environmental waste.
We are the biggest wasters.
Let's do our part to make the environment more green and sustainable.
Yes, and we're gonna leave with that, right? So if you have any comments or suggestions or have any thoughts on this issue at all, do reach out to us. Do comment if you're watching this on YouTube. Do comment in the comment boxes below. And if you're on social media, do ping us, do tag us at techENT TV across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, even Twitter. Tag us. whatever. If you go on our website, you can find our email there as well to just reach out to us. Now that is all for this week. We will see you, or what? Not really see you lah. We can't see you, right? This is a talk show, so we'll talk to you again next week. There's me, Darwin, and Jeevan signing out. Bye bye.
See ya.